2 plus green for today's gameplay, and I'll be explaining why shortly. So starting from the ID 101 right over here, we'll be going on what 2 plus on green. Now I've stated the fact that there is what we call number 1 the lagging gameplay, and number 2 the leading gameplay. Now the lagging is one in which you go in at an earlier phase. You likely go through the phase of waiting, then before it actually sets up for a live gameplay. The leading, on the other hand, is one that is already active and you just join in. In this case now, looking at these statistics, this is what a leading gameplay on the color green, which means the fact that we might not be going for quite so long before it's getting validated. If we had started the game, let's say earlier on, let's say at ID 92, it would have been much more of a lagging system, but starting it at here, being the what ID 101, it's much more of a leading gameplay. If we did start it here, it was still much lagging, though it was still in progress, but still a better option than starting here, which means the fact that we might not be having anything more than, it could be less than 10 gameplays, but it will still be a decent one. In fact, in the entire of the screen, going on this green is what the best option. So from 92 we had green, 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 okay, failed, green, 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 green. You get the idea. So from 101 we'll be on green, one this. So up until likely 110, 109, thereabout. So it's going to be a short-term gameplay because this is a leading signal. So that is something to note. It's not all about making entries. You should know if you're entering into something that is active or something that is set to be active. In this case now, this is something active. If you are coming in and you are scouting and you see this, your mind should always tell you the fact that you cannot be here for a long time. That is the beauty of statistics. It lets you know when to enter, when to navigate, how to leave. Once you see something like this, you have no business staying here for like 20 draws, 30 draws or so. No. They are the setups that you will see. You get yourself 20, 30 draws. So you get that whole idea. But in this now, 10 draws, if it goes too far, 15 draws if possible, you are out. Though we have a level of concurrence because of flip. And also the fact that our flip is going on a higher side, just to one extent. That means we are likely going to have confluence and momentum. In that sense now, double flip does not exist in this given setting. A double flip doesn't exist right now. So it actually gives time for momentum, flip. Then we talk about achieving the higher band. So nothing like a double flip. Green does not have the capacity currently for a double flip. Nothing like a double flip. It can only flip after gaining momentum, then it goes in for higher band. As I've stated in previous video, higher bands are between 35 to 42, and to make your analysis you simply have to use the 3 procedures. Number 1 is the 24 hours firstly, which I've done. Number 2 is the 100 draws, which we are looking into now. Number 3 is flips, with flips, higher band, lower band, double flips, and so many other parameters. So you do get that. So we're on 2 plus green right now, and we started at ID 101. So we want 101, 102, 103, 104, 105. That is for green. What about red? 101, 2, 3. Failed 2. How about blue? Failed 1, failed 1. So you get green 5/5. Red, that's 3/5. Blue 2/5. So you do get the idea here. So that is it. It's not just a thing of using statistics to know what to stake on it. When do I start? Am I early? Am I late? It gives you that whole information. You get the whole information. You get the idea there. It tells you when to start. It tells you when to stop. It tells you when to leave. It tells you the momentum you'll be expecting. Are you expecting a situation whereby you are looking for 10/10 or 3/10? You understand? I have this setting I call the ideal gameplay setup. I've made a video of that on the past. I've linked it on a video a few weeks back. This particular setup comes a few times a day, and whenever you see it, it's much more like 100% setting because you only go for 15 draws, 20 draws maximum. But if you are going in Rainbow 2 Plus on that system, you can get 15 out of 15. Watch the video. I would have tagged it here. It's been quite a while. But if you've watched it, you understand what I'm talking about. So 15/15, 20/20, 19/20, but the list is something like a 95%. So that is it right about here. So we have our first loss on the green. Check out the 100 draws. We've gotten a flip, so you do understand. Now the chances of a double flip is actually here. So we have a flip now. This was 30 to 28 before. Now we have 26 to 28. So this is -4. This is what's stable right now. Next flip on hand is between these two. That's the closest flip we have. So draw, flipping blue, means dominance on blue, or draw once again regains momentum and flips out green. So for now, it's not actually the best place for the color green. For now, it doesn't mean that in the longer term, in the next few minutes, it will not still perform. But for the short term, we have this incoming. So two things happen: draw stands its ground, or blue starts dominating. So you do understand. So at the very given stage, we are having 2 lag on green, and this is the beauty of statistics. With statistics, you should know, do I end this year? That's why I told you we're in a leading signal, one in which you might not take up to 10 games. Started at ID 101 here. We won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutively. We went in for the flip. If you actually have the idea of this, you should know when to stop. You should know that around this point now, you're looking into stop, because we're having a flip declaration between these two. So momentum actually comes on draw. Whenever there's a confluence with a draw and another, you can always look into step your gameplay, but you have to consider the next gameplay, which at the end of the day now, the loss might not be so bad on your account. Look at this now. As I told you, we're having a flip declaration between these two. Blue is likely to become dominant. Green is not going to do bad for a long time, but for the short term, it could be the next 4, 5, 6, 7 draws. Green is actually going to perform poorly. So I stated this a few minutes ago. There is a flip declaration between the draw and the blue, with blue likely becoming more dominant. So get this now: 2 plus blue, 2 plus blue, 2 plus blue. The same blue that was lagging below here has started appearing here. So this is the beauty of statistics. It tells you when to start, it tells you when to stop. At the very earlier phase of this video, I told you something, and that is the fact that this gameplay we are going on here could be 10 draws, could be less than 10 draws. At the end of the day, it was a total of 6 draws. So you do understand this. That's the concept of statistics. It doesn't just tell you, okay, go on this. It will tell you start here. It will also tell you end here. So as I did say earlier on, the green doesn't have a predefined endpoint, because there is no double flip. It could only flip out this, and it has done that. The next is for it to go through the period of slack, which we've actually seen here. So which we've actually seen right about here. Then it can go in for momentum on the short term. Now that is giving what we are seeing on the 100 draws now, 25, 25. We're having this flip. This can take over, this can be lagging, and this could actually start dominating. So that's it right about there. So as I told you, the green could take over, the draw could keep on dropping. Before you know, 24, 23, 22, 21, this will be much more stagnant up until this has hit higher band. Then it will start lagging also. So let's check the 225 who fell. So as I told you, this falls, this keeps rising, this could be stable, this could be 25, 25, 25, 24, 25, 25, 26 for the next 15 minutes. This could go as high as 36, 40, 35 in the next few minutes. This could be at 22, 21. This right now, we're not even speaking about it. It is dormant. We have nothing to do with this guy for now. According to the statistics set up on 24 hours and 100 draws, this particular guy does not exist on our database. So we have nothing to do with him. Not like as if it will be null, but rather it's just not defined. So we have nothing to speak about on red. So look at this. We have another green once again. So this is it right now. 30, good. 24, stagnant. 25, stagnant, stagnant. So this is it right now. As I did tell you, it will improve up to the higher band, which is around 35 to 42. Once it gets there, we can start looking for another option, which is likely this dominating. It could now be on the static 35, 36, 35, 37, 35, 36. This will dominate. This will keep on dropping, and later on this will become valid. But without being validated, it's actually going to take some few minutes. It could be up to 30 minutes before this will have a chance at anything. So for now, green and blue and green are the ones that are actually going to be on the radar. So we have what, 5 on blue. So green is not out of the system, not at all. We have 3 straight gameplays here, but blue is still active. Red rather on this end is what, not what speaking about. So that's it right here. This is how this system operates. We've got a flip. We had a flip. Green flipped out the color draw right here. Then also blue now has flipped out what draw. And with that, we'll be looking into end this gameplay right now. And I believe you do understand the power of statistics and what it actually sends out the information. It's actually very, very, very in-depth when it comes to what explanation. So this is it right now. We have ourselves 2 green, 3 red, and what, 1 blue, and I'll be ending this video right about now.